on the form. So
Hey there. Welcome to this core focused flow. We're going to jump right in and begin in all fours. So, hands and knees. As you arrive, give yourself a moment just to move fluidly and freely on your mat. Starting to bend things that bend. Say hello to them. Get into your spine, cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round in, starting to match breath and movement. Or you can do anything else that feels good. Just freely move your body, get into your side bodies, get into your wrists. Let's take a moment for yourself here. All right, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, lift the hips up. You can keep as little or as big of a bend into your knees as you need here. And then begin to pedal out through your feet. So noticing how the backs of your legs are feeling, bringing space and openness to that part in your body. And slow it down. With your breath in, lift your heels up high. Now feel your tail tuck under and roll your way to high plank. So you're sequentially rippling through your spine. There we go. Back to down dog. Bend your knees, lift your hips, stretch the legs, sink your heels. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift the heels, tuck the tail, sequentially roll forward, ripple forward, find high plank, top of a push-up, shoulders over wrists, slide it back, down dog. One more. Lift the heels, roll it forward. Find high plank, and we're going to hold it here for 5. Give it a little shift forward, back. Hold for 4. Hold for 3. Hold for 2. 1. Drop the knees to your mat. Shift forward. Bend the elbows. Draw them in towards the ribs as you lower softly, sweetly to the belly. Untuck your toes. A little baby cobra. So lifting your head, lifting the chest up a bit. Exhale, release, back to child's pose. So knees wide, big toes touch. Float on up all fours. Downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. With your breath in, lift your right leg up, hip height. As you exhale, bring your knee in toward your belly, shift forward towards high plank, and we're going to hold here. Lift your heel up high to your sit bone, lift your shin away from the mat, push the mat away with your hands, and then send the right leg back, three-legged down dog. Inhale. As you exhale, right knee to your left arm. It does not have to touch, but it's going in that direction. It's trying to hold it for a second. Send it back, three-legged down dog. Exhale, right knee toward your right arm now. Come forward towards plank. Hold the space. Inhale, send it back, three-legged downward facing dog. Bring the knee toward your belly. This time, step the foot to the top edge of your mat. Lunge. You're going to drop the left knee down, untuck your toes, reach the arms forward and up. And now let's bring palms to touch. Bend the elbows and lift your gaze up a bit. Opening up the front body. Take the hands back to your mat. Downward facing dog. Step back. Again, lift your heels up high. Roll forward, high plank. Send it back, down dog. Bend the knees, hips slide, legs stretch, heels sink. Again, lift the heels, roll it forward, ride your breath. Exhale, down dog. One more, lift the heels, roll it forward, starting to warm up, tap into the core, hold high plank for 5. This time shift a little side to side, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop down to the knees, shift a little forward, bend the elbows, guide them in, lower to the belly. Untuck the toes, cobra. Push down through the tops of the feet. Reach the tailbone towards the heels. Exhale, let it go. Child's pose, slide back. Good, inhale, rise on up, all fours. Back into downward facing dog. Bring your feet to touch, and with your breath in, left leg lifts. As you exhale, pull the knee toward your nose, toward your belly, shift forward towards plank. And all you're gonna do is think about hugging your shin up closer, pushing the mat farther away from you. Send it right on back, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, left knee toward your right arm, come forward towards plank. So we get that crossing action, and then send it back, three-legged down dog. Left knee, left arm, bring it forward, hold that space, a little smile. Send it back, three-legged down dog. Left knee towards the belly, shift forward. This time step it through as gracefully, as quietly as you can. Lower the right knee down, untuck the toes, reach the arms forward and up. Bring the palms to touch, bend the elbows, lift the gaze. Let it release, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in here. Let it go out through the mouth. Come on down to your knees. And we're gonna set up forearm side plank. So bring your right forearm onto your mat at first. I'm gonna take my forearm so it's parallel to the top edge of the mat. Slide right leg back, flex the foot, stack the left leg on top. And when you're ready, floating your left arm up. Now a little flow, two parts to this. We're gonna thread the left hand underneath your right side, so it's a little twist, float it up, and then a hip dip. Dip the right hip down and lift it up. First part, thread it, so it's a little twist, thread left hand under, float it up, dip the right hip down and up. Just one more time, a little twist, float it up, dip the right hip down and up. Now fluidly change sides. So bringing your left forearm onto your mat, swivel to be on the left side, right arm floats up. Two parts. Exhale, take the right hand underneath the left, so it's the twist. Float the arm up. Exhale, dip left hip down, lift it up. Just two more. Exhale, thread the arm. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, dip the hip, and inhale, lift. One more, exhale, twist. Inhale, float it up, you got it. Exhale, dip. Inhale, lift. Forearm plank, bring both forearms to your mat. Take the time that you need to arrive here. You can always modify by dropping the knees, but you've got this. Breathe into the space, everything changes. Give it a little rock, forward, back. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You got it. Shift side to side. Try to free up your neck, try to free up your jaw, and release onto your belly. Untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet down into your mat, and rise. You're in Sphinx. This is your extension. We're gonna get deep into the core. As you exhale, coil chin toward your chest. Push down through your hands, almost kind of slide them forward and peel your belly off your mat. Peel your hips, peel your thighs. It does not have to be high. Actually keep it low, let it hover. Your knees are still on your mat. Tuck your tail more, drop your head more. Unravel back and into your Sphinx. It's a sneaky one. Let's do it again. Exhale, push down, kind of slide the hands forward. Peel the belly, peel the hips, peel your thighs off your mat. Drop your head more than you think. Tuck your tail more than you think. Hollow round. We're targeting the deep abdominals. Slowly unravel. Give it a little smile. You know we got one more round. Exhale, coil and lift up. Hold the space. Hold through any little shakes. Everything changes. You got it. One more breath. And unravel back and into your Sphinx. Take hands underneath your shoulders, slide back, child's pose. Let's keep it going. Rise on up, all fours. Make a transition to your back. So swing your feet off to the side. Come onto your back. Hug your knees in toward your chest. Wrap your hands around your shins and roll the knees out and in, 2 or 3 times. And turning something on. As your knees come in, tabletop your legs. So your knees come right over your hips, shins parallel to your mat as best as you can. Take hands behind your head and let them just be like a little support for your head, not yanking on your head. As you exhale, I want you to feel a little tuck of the tail. So you hollow the lower belly in to lift your head and shoulders up off the mat. Just a little hover. All right, as you exhale, send the right leg forward, bicycles, twist to the left. Slowly change. So bring the right leg in, extend the left, twist to the right. Slowly change. So keep it slow, focusing on the form. So keep the lower belly hollowed in. Don't push the belly forward. Keep a little connection of lower back onto your mat. And the extending leg, it could be as high as you want. That's going to make it a little easier, or as low as you want. That's going to make it harder. So you decide what works best for you. And keep it here. Right, left, right. For another 3, another 2, and another 1. Let it release. Hug the legs. Again, roll the knees out and in and out and in. Gather your knees in toward your chest. One last thing. Extend your legs straight up towards the sky, right over your hips. Take your arms down by your sides. Palms can be down, or if you have your mat, you can hold on to the side edges of your mat, whatever works best for you. So 4 parts here. You're going to extend the legs low. You're going to bend the knees in toward your chest, and then try to lift the hips up off your mat, up, and then slowly roll them back on down to extend the legs up. That's our flow. Lower the legs, pull the knees in, lift the hips up, slow release, re-extend the legs. You got it. Lower the legs, pull the knees in, lift the hips up, slowly release, and extend the legs. Again, lower the legs, pull the knees in, lift those hips up, control the lower, and re-extend the legs. One last time, lower the legs, pull the knees in, lift the hips, control the lower, and re-extend the legs. Bend the knees, feet onto your mat, float the arms up and over your head, palms face up. Walk your feet in, let the knees fall open, soles of the feet to touch. Let it all release. Good. With your next breath in, a big stretch. Stretch the legs, stretch the arms, indulge here. Take your time and roll off to a side supported fetal position. And with the help of your hands, ease your way on up to sit. As you get comfortable, close your eyes. With your breath in, let the arms float wide open and up, taking up your space. Lower hands to heart, closing our practice with a big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Until next time.